Welcome to the Lose Your Big Ass Stomach podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jackson, and my mission here is to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and take back control of your health so that you can look and feel your best by being the best version of yourself, mentally and physically, while destroying the mediocre agenda society is trying to brainwash you into, and breaking our families' generational curses of being unhealthy by being a healthy and fit role model. It's time to set a new standard. It's time to set a new standard of living. If you find the podcast helpful, be sure to hit that follow button because that helps us build a movement. Let's go. Guys, in this podcast, I want to share with you things you must know in terms of cardio before you start doing it. I know a lot of times when people think about losing weight, when people think about losing the big ass stomach, slimming down their waistline, most people think about doing cardio. Most people think they got to do 10,000 steps or more a day. They think they got to do the treadmill, and all these other different ways of doing cardio. But I want to set the record straight today on what you must know about doing cardio, what you absolutely need to know if you want to lose the weight and keep the weight off. Not lose 10, 15 pounds and gain it all back. Because I've been doing this over 15 years now, man. And I've realized people don't have a hard time losing weight. Anybody can lose 5 or 10 pounds, maybe even 15 pounds. It's not that goddamn hard. But the issue is knowing how to keep it off. That's the problem. And so it's not losing the weight that's the problem. It's being able to keep it off consistently. And so I'm about to give you some things that you need to start paying attention to in terms of cardio. Okay? So number one, guys, I want you to open your ears, your eyes, your nose, open everything. Listen. You cannot outwork poor nutrition habits. This is number one. I see so many people that go to the gym sweating your ass off. Some of y'all do more cardio than I do. Some of y'all do more cardio than the marathon runners and the pro athletes be doing. But your ass still overweight. You still got that big old ass stomach. And you wonder why. The reason why is because you're doing cardio, but then you go home and you eat whatever you want to eat. Thinking, man, shit, as long as I work out, I can eat what I want to eat. As long as I work out, man, as long as I get me a good sweat in, I'm good. I used to be the same way. And to make matters worse, guys, at this point in my life, when I used to be that way, I was at Georgia State University. I had just got there. I was taking like my general classes still. I wasn't like in my degree, like the class that you take before you get your degree or whatever. And I'd be doing cardio all the time. After I leave the rec center over there at Georgia State, I take my ass over to Popeyes. Eat me some Popeyes chicken and what else? I used to eat the little mashed potatoes, get me a big old ass sweet tea. Back in my sweet tea days, I know some of y'all still on that big ass stomach behavior stuff, but listen, if you want to lose that stomach, man, you got to start eating like that. You can't be eating like that all the goddamn time. And so that's the first thing. And among other things I used to eat, the Oreos with milk. I used to be eating honey buns with milk. I used to tell myself, man, I'm going to only eat one bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. By the end of the night, half the goddamn box will be gone. Sometimes the whole box will be gone. And it didn't dawn on me for like months. I'm doing all this working out in the gym, but I'm eating like shit. No wonder my body not getting more cut up and ripped up like I wanted to back then. You can't outwork poor nutrition habits, man. That's number one. A lot of y'all, not only are you having a hard time losing weight, but some of y'all are also having health issues. Type 2 diabetes, sleep apnea, heart disease, hypertension. This is not just a workout issue. This is a lifestyle issue. And nutrition is not just the way we eat. It's a lifestyle. The way you eat is a lifestyle, guys. Some of y'all, if you're 30, 50, 100 pounds overweight, sorry to break it to you, but you have a lifestyle of eating junk food all the time. That's your lifestyle. But if you want to change not just your weight, but you want to also change your health, you want to feel better. Guys, I've been coaching over 15 years, man. I can't imagine if I was 30 or 50 or even 100 pounds overweight. Do you know how exhausted I would be? I would be stressed out of my mind. And so I don't even have to be that weight to know that it's stressful and tiring. And Even all the aches and pains that comes along with the knees, the feet getting swole, the ankles tired, the lower back pain. Who the hell want to deal with all that? Guys, you have to eat properly to lose the weight. It's not just the cardio, okay? So that's number one. Tighten up your diet. Still do the cardio, but tighten up your diet. You can't outwork poor nutrition habits. That's number one. Number two, cardio does not mean you're going to build muscle. Cardio does not mean you're going to build muscle. I see a lot of folks who want to lose weight, and what I tend to see people say most times is, man, I want to lose this weight by doing the cardio first, and then once I get to where I want to be at, then I'm gonna start hitting the weights. And that's a lose-lose battle, guys. The reason why I say that is you should want to do both at the same time, because the training and the cardio should work together. Lifting weights, strength training, weight lifting, all the same thing. That's what builds muscle. You don't build and sculpt your shoulders and your chest and your core and your legs by doing cardio. It don't work that way, guys. Like, you'll be dropping weight, but you're going to be looking sick. You're going to be looking skinny fat. You're going to be looking weak. And you go lose all that weight and you have a bird chest. You'll be like, damn, man, where my muscle at, man? That's what guys be telling me. I see it all the time in my DMs. Guys be like, man, I lost some weight, but I got to tighten some of this stuff up, man. I got to tighten my arm, my chest up, man. I'm not comfortable with how I'm looking. I still don't want to take my shirt off because your ass ain't making dates with the weights. You got to start hitting the weights while you're doing the cardio. Both are very important. And most people think cardio is just for weight loss. It's actually overrated for weight loss, man. Cardio is more so for health and overall just wellness. Like, if you notice that you're sitting down all the time, because I started feeling like this when I got into doing online coaching full time. I'll be sitting down at my desk for hours. And I'd be like, damn, man, why I have brain fog? Man, why I'm feeling tired, man? Shit, I ain't did nothing. I just been sitting down. Sedentary lifestyle. And so I started getting up and walking. And just walking helped me get my energy back up. Walking helped me shift my mood. Walking, all the brain fog that I had went away. I'm like, damn, walking is very important. Or just doing any type of cardio. All right, which I'm going to talk about just in a sec. But movement is medicine, guys. Food is medicine also, but movement is medicine. A lot of folks you lack motivation, you're always feeling like you're in a rut, you feel like you're in depression, you're always tired. Just doing cardio is going to help you increase your mood so you feel better. Who the hell would want to work out if they don't feel good? But you have to act your way into motivation, guys. You got to just start. It doesn't have to be a pro athlete, over the top, sprinting and running and all this shit you see all on social media, the Ashton Hall running down the goddamn street. You ain't got to do none of that. All you got to do, you can do something as simple as walking, riding the bike. You can go swimming. Whatever you want to do, I just need you moving, okay? For your heart health, your brain health, and your mental health, okay? So that's number two. Number three, cardio does not just mean treadmill and walking. Guys, there's plenty of ways to do cardio. I'm going to list out a few for y'all because I know some of y'all might be like, man, I don't like doing cardio because it's just so bored. I get so tired of walking on the treadmill. It's just so tired. I don't even want to do it no more. I don't want to think about it. Listen, you got treadmill. You have a bike. You have my personal favorite as of lately is the assault bike. That's the one where it got the little handles on it. You're using your arms and you're using your legs at the same time. That's the one I've been using lately. My other personal favorite is the Stairmaster. Like back when I did bodybuilding a couple of years back, I used to do the Stairmaster every day, y'all. Every day. Not only is it going to help you tighten and tone your legs up a little bit, you still got to hit legs. You still got to do like the weightlifting with your legs, but the Stairmaster is going to have your leg burning like hell. And if you 30, 50, 100 pounds overweight, oh yeah, it's going to cook your ass. It's going to cook you. I know some of y'all is scared of hitting the Stairmaster because the last time you stepped on it, your legs was quivering. Bet your ass ain't used that word, quivering. That's what you were doing when you stepped off. Your leg was shaking in there. You like, I can't do that one no more. That one burnt me up. I almost took me up out of here. But you could do the Stairmaster. What else can you do? You could do jump rope. You can use the battle rope. I was just talking to one of my coaching clients. He stepped on a piece of glass like the other week. And so he can't do walking or Stairmaster and things like that. And so one of the things I told him that he needs to do when he hits the gym, do the bike, get tired of doing the bike, do the battle ropes. You can do the battle ropes, okay? And so though when you do the battle ropes, not only is your arms and your shoulders going to be burning, it's also going to get your heart rate up, man. Go get your heart rate up. That's cardio as well. All right. It's just kind of like it's battle rope. I look at battle rope as kind of like the jump rope, but with your upper body. That's how I look at the battle rope. Because you're not gonna be able to jump rope for 3-4 minutes straight. You got to do it for maybe like 30 seconds, 45, maybe a minute, and then you rest for maybe 30 to 60 seconds. Then you do it again. And you do it for like 25, 30 minutes. You can do the same thing with the battle rope. Do it for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, or a minute. You rest for 30, 45, or a minute, and then you repeat the process for like 20, 25 minutes. All right. But it should be intense. If your ass ain't sweating, you ain't getting it. You ain't working hard enough. All right. So those are just a couple of different options. Of course, you could do swimming and all of those other things, jumping jacks. Those are a couple of different options that you can have if you're just tired of just walking or just getting on the treadmill. Okay. Number 4. We got 7 of them, y'all. We're on number 4 right now. Number 4. There is a big difference, guys, between cardio and physical activity. Yeah, y'all didn't know that, did you? Yeah, I learned that. I learned that when I was at Georgia State. There's a big difference between cardio and physical activity. See, some of y'all, you go to the gym, y'all go hoop with your boys. You're like, yeah, I got my cardio in for the day, man. I was hooping with my boys. That is physical activity. That's not cardio. Some of y'all, you mowing your own lawn at your house. You cutting your own grass. You think you're doing cardio. That is physical activity. That's not cardio, guys. Cardio is when you're doing whether it's treadmill, walking, Stairmaster, and you have an elevated heart rate for a certain period of time. Now, obviously, if you're doing intervals, your heart rate will go up and down, right? But when you're just doing moderate pace cardio, your heart rate is going to elevate. Like if you're a healthy person, your resting heart rate's going to probably be somewhere between like 55 up to maybe like 75, somewhere up in there, just depending on how active you are, okay? How healthy you are as well. And then there's like some genetics in there too, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, it should be somewhere up in there. If you resting and your heart rate over 100, you need to go to the doctor ASAP. You go ahead and take your ass to the hospital. You just go ahead and get out this podcast right now and just drive on to the hospital because something wrong. All right? You close to having a stroke or something. You don't want that, okay? But anyway, my whole point behind saying it is when you're doing moderate pace cardio, your heart rate is going to go above. Like when you're doing the cardio, it's going to go above your resting. And so it may be 115. It may be 120 beats per minute. It may be 130, 140, 150. Like whenever you're on the treadmill and you hold on to those little panels and you put your palms on the panels or whatever, and you hold on to it for a certain period of time, a couple of seconds, it'll show what your resting heart rate is, right? And let's say the cardio that you're doing is somewhat intense. You know what I'm saying? You put your hands on there, you're going to notice that your heart rate is really high. Might be 150, 170, 180, whatever, right? But then let's say you slow down the treadmill, right? You slow it down, you're walking, and you're coasting. Let's say you're doing your cool down. You're going to notice that your heart rate starts to drop back down, right? That's based on intensity. Like when you look at your heart rate, that's what that is showing you. A lot of people think that sweating, just because they're sweating, that it's burning fat or some shit. That's not what's happening. Sweating is that's our body's natural way to reduce our body temperature. That's all sweating is. You could be sweating your ass off for years in the gym and still not lose no weight. Sweating don't mean that you burning fat. My whole point is this. We gauge how intense the workout is when we're doing cardio based on our heart rate. Okay? That's a gym right there, man. A lot of people don't know. Some trainers don't even know that. Okay? So that is number 4. And I actually touched on number 5, which is sweating doesn't mean you're burning fat. Again, you could be hauling ass on a treadmill. And you could be doing that for years, or on a bike, or on a Stairmaster. It's gonna, of course, if you've worked hard enough to get a sweat going, yeah, that does show you a level of like how intense you're working out. But don't gauge if you got a good workout just based on if you sweat it, because there's more that goes into it. All right, you could be sweating all the time, but not drop a weight, drop a pound when you step on the scale? Did you hit the weights to build muscle so you can increase your metabolism? Because doing cardio won't increase your metabolism. It may spike your appetite, but it's not going to increase your metabolism to help you burn more fat. That's why it's very, very important that you lift weights, okay, to build muscle. And so that's number 5. Sweating does not mean you're dropping body fat, okay? Some of y'all go listen to that, and y'all, that shit gonna go in one ear and out the other one. Y'all still gonna be doing cardio, thinking you burning fat. Like, guys, you still gotta do everything. You gotta train, you gotta lift, and you gotta eat right. You cannot outwork a poor nutrition habits, okay? Number 6, you either pay with time or you pay with effort. You either pay with time or you pay with effort. A lot of folks I help, they tend to tell me they don't have a whole lot of time. They be like, man, the reason I can't be consistent with my workouts, well, not even people that I help, people who are inquiring about working with me. This is what a lot of people say in my DM. Man, I can't be consistent. I just don't have the time to be in the gym all day. Well, what I found after people jump inside my coaching program, most people have 45 to 60 minutes to work out. That's all you really need to lose weight, flatten your stomach, and get in shape. Guys, you don't have to be in the gym for 2-3 hours like a bodybuilder. I don't even work out that long. I don't even be in the gym for an hour. I'm in the gym 40, 45 minutes max every day. Well, not even every day. Sometimes like 5 to 7 times a week. All right. But anyway, if you notice that you don't have a lot of time, well, there's all in life I've learned there's trade-offs. At some point, you're either going to have to pay with more effort or you're going to have to pay with more time. But if you don't have the time to be in the gym for an hour and a half, then hey, it's time to amp up that speed on that treadmill, my boy, or my girl. If your ass walking at 2.5 miles per hour and you only got 20 minutes, 25 minutes to do cardio, you really need to be about 3 miles per hour, 3.5 miles per hour. You have to increase the intensity because you're not going for as long of a time period when you're doing cardio. Okay, like back when I did bodybuilding, I used to be on the Stairmaster for an hour. Do y'all have to do that? Hell no. You ain't got to do that. Now, if you did do that, you drop a shit ton of weight and your legs be burning like hell. But here's the thing. I went for an hour because my intensity on the Stairmaster, I was at like, let's say, I think it was like 8, 10, somewhere up in there. Level 8, level 9, level 10. I'd fluctuate somewhere up in there depending on the day. Like if I was stressed out, I wouldn't go super crazy with the intensity. But let's say I only had 25 or 30 minutes to do cardio. The intensity will be way higher. I'd be doing like level 10 would be minimum on the Stairmaster. I'd be doing like level 10, level 14, level 15, maybe even been doing some HIIT training here and there. Okay? And so you're either going to have to pay with time or you're going to have to pay with effort when it comes to cardio. Both work. Don't matter which way you do it. But if you're doing it less time, 20 minutes, and you have low intensity, hey, don't be mad if the results come slow. You're stepping on the scale every other day. You're like, damn, what the way they're going down? Look at what you're doing in the gym. You're not putting in the time and you're not putting in the effort. Life just don't work that way. You got to put in one. Okay? So yeah, that's number 6. You either got to pay with time or you got to pay with effort. One more, last one. You have to stop comparing yourself to other people, y'all. This is by far one of the biggest things that I've noticed that holds so many people back. It actually derails people from their journey and people quit. They quit on themselves. They were on the right path, losing weight. They started comparing themselves to somebody else at the gym or somebody they didn't see on social media. And they're like, damn, man, they're going way more intense than me. My fat ass ain't going to never be able to get to that point, man. God, no, I don't even do it no more. They'll be happening to folks. I literally be, some of my coaching clients, man, I love them. But some folks be just babies. Just straight up babies. It's okay. You know, I'm going to love them the way they need to be loved. And so basically empowering them. And so that way they feel good about their journey. Because the truth is, you have to run your own race, guys. You have, just because Joe Blow in the gym is doing level 10 on the Stairmaster, do you think they started at level 10 on the Stairmaster? Like the first day they walked in the gym? Hell no. Do you think that Jay Jackson First day in the gym, he was able to bench press 275, tossing that shit up. Hell no. I could barely even lift a barbell when I first started lifting weights. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 12. Run your own race. Just because you see somebody on my 600 pound life, they walking and they doing 20 minutes of walking, that don't mean that's what you need to be doing. Your ass could need to be doing more than what they're doing. But you comparing yourself. Everybody has this is why being able to lose weight is all about understanding what you need to do, not what somebody else needs to do. What is the process that you need to have to get results and keep them? Not what foods they're eating, what foods do you need to eat? Not what exercise equipment they're using, what exercise equipment do you need to use? Not in what intensity and how much time are they doing on the treadmill or the Stairmaster or the bike. How much do you need to do? And then from there, where do you need to start? Then how do you need to progress yourself to get to the point where you can do more? You have more intensity, you can do more time. You see what I'm saying? This is what it's about. When you start doing these things with cardio and you understand it this way, the way I've just shared it with you, man, you'll be able to feel good. You'll be able to lose the weight and you'll be able to keep the weight off. All right. Because at the end of the day, it is a lifestyle. This is wellness. This is health and wellness. It's not just weight loss. Because once you start doing these things the right way, you're doing it at a pace that you can sustain it. You're not inconsistent, doing it one week and then another week you don't do it at all. Then the next week you got mad at yourself. You're like, damn, I ain't do nothing. Then you go even harder. No, just get back on the game plan. Just get back into rhythm and routine. And that's what most people don't be having. You got to have a routine that you fall on, that you fall back on. If you ever hit some adversity or fall off, what's your routine? What's your routine, man? So with that said, hopefully I found this podcast helpful, man. We out of here. Let's get it. Yo, appreciate you for tapping in and listening to the podcast episode today. Hopefully you found it valuable. And if you did and you want to learn more about how I can help you lose the big ass stomach, transform your body, and get your health on point, DM me real results over on Instagram at JJacksonOfficial for more information. And I'll reach back out to you to do what I can to help you hit those health and fitness goals. Let's get it.